Hi everyone, and welcome to day 12 of our 28 days of yoga with Kirstie. Today's sequence is Freedom Flow Friday, which is all about discovering what feels good for you. Now, if I'm being honest here with you guys, this would have been one of my nightmare sequences to have done when I was first getting going with yoga. And that's because I found it so difficult to listen to what actually felt nice for me, and I just wanted the teacher to tell me what to do. So this might be a marmite sequence for you, and that's fine. It might be some classes aren't right for you, and that is okay. But I'd really like you to try and discover what actually is nice for you today. So if you want to take it a bit easier, take it a bit easier. If you want to push yourself, push yourself. You can add in whatever you want to today. This is all about adding the movement and finding movement or taking it away, the real freedom to explore you on this Friday morning, evening, or whenever you choose to watch it. Now, there's a lot of things you can do. You can literally get as creative as you want to. It can be really yoga-y, it can be not yoga-y at all. You can really just copy me if you really fancy doing that, but I encourage you to listen to your body, trust your natural instincts and intuition, and let your body and mind and breath guide you today. So I hope you enjoy it. Grab your water, lay out your mat, and let's get flowing in a way that feels nice for you. Okay, so I'd like us to start today at the top of our mats. Feet about hip width wide, spreading the toes really nice and wide so you can cover lots of space here and ground into the mat. And then just have a moment just to look down at the feet and really acknowledge where your feet are placed today. Now try not to place judgment, just notice where you've naturally gone to. And then get a slight micro bend in those knees and slowly find a bit of stillness. Maybe before we find that stillness, we have a little bit of a sway just to really get to know where we are in the room, where we are in the space today. And then I'd like you to close the eyes. And then maybe we find stillness, maybe we find a bit of movement today, and that is okay. Maybe we keep our hands by the sides of us, or perhaps we take one or both hands to the heart today. And to start the practice, I'd like us to take 5 deep breaths in and slowly out. So when you're ready with the eyes closed, big breath in through the nose, filling up the balloon in your belly. And exhale, gently releasing. Good. It's just 5 breaths in your own time. Maybe we're breathing in and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 more. Final breath. Beautiful. When you're finished, just gently exhale, release the hands either side of the hips, eyes still closed. And just notice how you're feeling. Maybe we are discovering our feet keeping us upright and balanced. Couple more breaths, owning your space and noticing what is happening right now. Good. Okay, when you next inhale, I'd like you to rock your weight towards the toes. We're gripping into the mat with the toes. Maybe it's subtle movements, maybe it's big. Trying not to fall over those, so really just noticing the boundaries. As you exhale, let's shift the weight towards the heels now. Maybe the toes stay on the mat, maybe they lift. Whatever feels good, so just rocking forwards and back. Breathing in, breathing out. The micro bend in the knees is still there. We're not locking the legs in place. We're just exploring the edges of our feet, the tops and the bottoms. Good. And then maybe from here we shift back to center and then over towards the right side so we feel the outer edge of the right foot, inner edge of the left. All the way over towards the left now so we feel the outer edge of the left foot, inner edge of the right. Just swaying side to side, really feeling the edges of the feet now, the sides of the feet. And maybe we're moving quite slowly, maybe we're moving quite fast, whatever works for you. And then maybe from here the movement begins to turn into a little bit of a circle, so we go to the toes, to the edges, to the back, and the other side. And maybe this is how the movement stays, or perhaps you've already discovered something else that feels good for you in your body. Maybe the knees begin to get involved here. So we really bend into the knees as they're going around in the circles too. If you've only gone in a circle one way, maybe make sure to try the other way too. Does it feel any different? Good. And then maybe from here we slowly come back towards center, back to stillness, and slowly peel the heel up off the ground, rising up onto the tiptoe of one foot, or maybe both together. Maybe we switch the feet over, maybe we work through rising up onto both tiptoes and lowering down. Maybe we draw some circles with the ankles as we're rising up onto the tiptoes of one foot. So go round and round, and maybe the knee wants to get involved a bit here too. What feels good for you, then switch sides maybe, drawing circles in any direction, or any wiggles that come naturally in the ankles, the knees now. Good. Maybe even from here we slowly peel one foot completely up off the mat to lower it down. Side to side, just really noticing how the body is feeling as we sway. Maybe we take the balance over to one foot and lift the foot up off the mat completely to draw our circles, testing our balance. Maybe that feels good, maybe it doesn't, that's fine. Just listening to what your body wants here. And then maybe the awareness, the awakening of the body slowly travels up from the knees all the way to the hips, and we begin to draw some circles with the hips today. Maybe it's figures of 8s, maybe it's circles, maybe it's writing your name with your hips. Maybe it's another movement that feels good. Maybe even from here we can take a bit of a wider stance at the feet, about mat width wide. Slight bend through the knees as we draw big circles with the hips now. Eyes can be closed or they can be open. The more closed they are, the more in tune with your body you'll be, and finding the movement that feels nice for you. So it doesn't have to look pretty. If anything, you guys can do whatever you fancy. It's me that's out there for you all to look at and laugh at. So just tuning into what feels nice and trying not to be worried of any judgment that might be coming. The only judgment that is there is in your mind at the moment. No one else is seeing what you're doing. It's purely to feel good for you. And then maybe from here we slowly come back towards center, feet planted wherever feels good. And maybe we begin to work on the belly, the waist, the back. Maybe the shoulders want to get involved now in some way or some form. Maybe the arms do. I'm just going to take my jumper off now, guys. So get comfy, keep moving through your body, through the torso. Just breathing in and breathing out. And wiggling around, waking yourself up, however feels good for you. And then maybe the arms want to get involved in some way. Maybe the neck. Maybe we're drawing some really weird circles now. Maybe we're doing some really weird movements. But as long as it feels nice in the body, that is fine. Maybe it's almost as if we're those blow up, inflatable little, I don't know, mascots, is that what they're called? You're just on the edge of a building and you're trying to get attention to a car shop or a car wash. That's how I remember them being. But anything that feels nice, just listening to the body and finding movements that are natural for you today. I'm going to take a few more moments to explore, and then we'll move along to something else. Good. Okay, so when you're ready, coming all the way back to stillness, back to center, and slowly blink those eyes open now. Hi. Okay, so from here today, we're going to begin a little bit of flowing. But before we get there, I'd like you to take the left hand to the left thigh and scoop the right arm up overhead. Nice, big, tall stretch. As you exhale, leaning over towards the left side. So just coming to a bit of a side stretch. 2 more breaths. Good. And inhale all the way back up, switch the arms over. And exhale to the right. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. Inhale all the way back up when you're ready. And if you're not at the top of the mat, let's make our way there now. So as you inhale, scoop arms up overhead, looking to the fingertips. As you exhale, I'd like you to come to Cactus Arms, so bending through the elbows to frame the face with those hands. Bend through the knees and twist to look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest and round all the way down towards the ground, forward fold. Maybe walk it out here, maybe find some sways. What movements come to you now as you're on the ground? What feels good? Maybe it's a little bit of bouncing here today, but gently, not forcing ourselves to get lower. Maybe it's twisting. Maybe it's stillness. One more breath. And then come back to center. Slowly peel all the way back up to standing. Hands reach up overhead, looking to the fingertips. And maybe you find a little bit of extra movement here as we slowly lower the arms back down. Maybe it's circles. Maybe it's if we're doing a backstroke. Whatever feels good for you. And then we're going to explore that movement 2 more times. So get there however you want to. Inhale, scoop arms up. Maybe you join me with coming into a little bit of a cactus bend and then slowly melting down. Or perhaps you find some other way to fold forwards today. Maybe we keep the fingertips towards the mat and walk them over to the left side, back to center, and slowly over to the right. Maybe we come all the way back to the front. Maybe it's nicer for us to perhaps walk the left foot towards the middle and cross the right leg over the top, coming into a cross leg forward fold today. And then maybe we switch over the other side. So we switch the right foot to the center and cross the left leg over the top. Whatever feels good for you today, guys. We could be finding stillness. We could be finding really weird movement. In fact, you could be doing something completely random now, up and down, all around. As long as it feels good for you and you're exploring your space, then that's perfect today. Okay, so if you're finding a bit of movement and you're not already peeled up to the ceiling, let's slowly inhale and peel all the way back up to the top. Shoulders back and down. One more time. Inhale, scoop up. And fold forwards however you fancy now. Breathing in, breathing out. Now I'm going to find a bit more movement because my legs feel like they need it, but perhaps you want stillness, perhaps you want twisting, perhaps you still want to flow around. Maybe even from here, we're going to wrap the index fingers and middle fingers around the big toes, and the thumbs just create that little bit of a circle around it. So wrapping around the big toes. Maybe the knees are really bent here, maybe they're straight, perhaps we're walking the legs out here. Maybe we inhale to look to the top of the mat and exhale, bend through the elbows to try and bring the belly towards the thighs a little bit more. Just breathing in, breathing out. What does your body need from you today? Let's take one more breath. And exhale, gently release the hands from the feet if they're there. And inhale, slowly peel all the way back up to standing, lovely and tall. Adjust your leggings like me if you need to. Okay, as we inhale, scoop arms up overhead, looking to fingertips. Exhale, hands through heart center in prayer. Slowly inhale as we bring the right knee in towards the chest. We're lifting the knee high. As we exhale, we're slowly twisting our torso so it's parallel to the ground beneath us. Coming to our warrior 3, extending the right leg behind. Good, as we exhale, bend into the front knee to lower the back foot to the mat. And inhale, scoop arms up overhead. Nice, long, tall torso here. And exhale, frame that front foot with the hands. We're going to step the front foot to the back, coming to our downward dog from here. And feel free to have a wiggle here in your down dog. Any movements that feel nice. Maybe we bend into both knees. Twist the knees over towards the left as the heels pivot towards the right. And maybe we sink the bottom back towards the heels. Maybe we come back to center. Twist the knees to the right, the heels to the left as we sink the bottom down. Maybe that feels nice. Maybe there's another wiggle that feels good. 2 more breaths, just exploring down dog for the time being. Good. Last one. And when you're ready to, the weight's going to go into the left foot as we peel the right foot to the ceiling, 3-legged dog. Option to maybe rise on the tiptoes. Okay, from here we're going to bend into the right knee to bring the foot towards the bottom. And slowly draw some circles with the right knee. Maybe we go in both directions. Your choice, what feels good. Okay, coming to stillness, sending the foot nice and high again. And then exhale, bend knee, bring the knee towards the nose, place the foot between the hands. As we inhale, we're rising up nice and tall to our warrior 1 again, our high lunge. And maybe we find a little bit of movement here. Maybe we come to a twist. Maybe we draw some circles with the arms. Maybe it's stillness, maybe it's just hand movements. What do you want here? What feels good? Maybe you want to lower all the way down towards the ground. Maybe come into a little side lunge. I really don't mind what you do today as long as it feels good. Make sure we don't hurt ourselves as well. One more breath. And as you inhale, I'd like you to turn towards the top of the mat and step the back foot to the top, coming to a standing position again. We'll switch over and do it on the opposite side. So weight into the right foot, peel the left knee to the ceiling. Breathe in. And as you exhale, foot all the way to the back of the mat, torso parallel to the ground, warrior 3. Exhale, bend into the front knee to lower the back foot to the ground. Inhale, hands up, nice long line. Good, as we exhale, we're framing that front foot. Front foot steps back to come to down dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Any wiggles you want to do. If you want to come to child's pose here and have a few breaths there, you're welcome to lower the knees down, head to the mat. If you want to explore maybe coming into a bit of a twist here, perhaps taking the right hand to the outside of the left leg, looking under the armpit, and then switching over. So just breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. Okay, weight goes into that right foot this time as we peel the left foot to the ceiling, maybe rising up onto the tiptoes. From here, we bend into that left knee to bring the foot towards the bottom. Maybe we pause here, maybe we try to reach the foot behind, or perhaps we begin to draw circles again, or some other movement that feels nice for you today. Just breathing in, breathing out. Just exploring our three-legged dog. Good. Extend the leg nice and long back to the ceiling when you're ready. Exhale, bring the knee towards the nose. Place the foot between the hands. Inhale, rise nice and tall. And then explore your warrior 2 or lunge or anything else you fancy here. Maybe it's subtle movements, maybe it's quite big. I don't mind. What do you fancy here? Just exploring and playing here. If you want subtle movements, maybe go between our extended side lunge, reverse warrior, warrior 2, extended side lunge, warrior 2, reverse warrior. Maybe it's just drawing some circles with the arms forwards and back. One more breath. And when you're ready, I'd like you to pivot the back foot to the top of the mat, facing the top, and step the back foot forward, coming all the way to standing once more. Walking the legs out, breathing in, breathing out. We're going to do a round of Sun Salutation here. If you want to play around with it, you're welcome to. Inhale, scoop hands to the ceiling. Exhale, we fold forwards however you want to today. Inhale, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold forwards, hands to the mat, step, hop, jump back to your plank. Option to lower knees down or keep them lifted. Exhale, slowly lower all the way to the ground. Inhale to your choice of back bend today. And we're just going to hang out here for a few breaths to get comfy. Maybe we're still, maybe we just sway side to side, perhaps even looking over the shoulder towards the feet. Good. Maybe we even bend one foot towards the bottom, the butt cheek, and look towards it as we do so. Maybe we bend both in. What feels good for you today? And when you're ready to exhale, tuck the chin in towards the chest and send the bottom all the way back, either coming to child's pose or tucking toes under, coming to downward facing dog again. And you're welcome to stay here, or perhaps you want to find a bit more movement. If you do, perhaps even inhaling, rising onto the tiptoes, rippling through the spine to reach towards the top of the mat, coming to plank. As we exhale, bend through the knees, send the bottom nice and high, coming all the way back to down dog. Inhale, rise to tiptoes, rounding through, coming all the way to plank. Exhale, we send the bottom back, all the way to our down dog. So rounding through, coming forwards, bottom sends back, peeling up. Another option here, maybe rounding through the spine on the tiptoes, coming to the top of the mat, tuck the chin in towards the chest, and round all the way back. It's up to you what feels good for you and your body. One more breath, one more moment to play. Doing whatever you fancy. And then when you're ready, from here, we're going to send the right foot nice and high. Bend the knee towards the nose and place the foot to the outside of the right hand. Lower the back knee to the mat. And we come into lizard pose from here. So you're welcome to stay as you are. Maybe find a bit of movement by taking the weight into the left hand, pinning the right hand towards the ceiling. And then maybe switching the hands over. Maybe from here we walk our fingertips towards the left and bring the knees towards the middle and come into a side lunge. Maybe a side lunge, we come into a little bit of a sway. See, with freedom flow, it's kind of hard to talk you through it. I didn't realize it would be as I was planning it, but walk yourself back round if you're joining me. And then from here, we're taking the foot back to the outside of the right hand and lowering the left hip down towards the mat as we peel towards the right side. And maybe from here, we swing into a little bit of a stretch here, maybe even opening up the chest towards the ceiling. And then slowly bringing the hands back to the mat, coming to our lizard pose again. Tucking the back toes under, knee off the mat if you haven't already done so. And we're going to step the front foot to the back of the mat, coming to down dog again. Breathing in, breathing out. Weight into the right foot, left foot to the ceiling. Bend the knee, bring the knee towards the nose and foot to the outside of the left hand. Maybe we stay here, maybe we lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Maybe we take the weight into the right hand, left hand to the ceiling, look to the fingertips. Maybe even opening up the chest to the ceiling a bit more. And switch over, so the left hand to the mat, right hand to the sky. Lowering the hands down, maybe coming into a little bit of a side lunge on this side. Whatever feels good. And then coming all the way back to the front, the left foot to the outside of the left hand again. And then lowering the right hips to the ground as we come into a little bit of a twist this side. It's just coming to somewhere that is comfortable for you, that feels good. And just playing around. What can you explore here that feels nice? And then slowly coming all the way back to the top of the mat. Taking the left foot to the outside of the left hand again, tucking back toes under, peeling the knee up off the ground. And we're going to step the front foot to the back, coming to plank. Lower the knees down, take them nice and wide. Big toes touch, exhale, bottom towards the heels. Now you can chill out in your child's pose here for a few breaths if you want to. Maybe you want to find a bit more movement, perhaps walking the hands side to side. Maybe we keep the left hand, on the mat, reaching nice and long. But we bring the right hand towards the ceiling, maybe even all the way behind the back. Then maybe we switch it over. Nice big circle, scooping the left arm behind. And then back down. What feels good here? Maybe it's just gentle sways side to side in your child's pose. So just breathing in and breathing out and noticing what's happening now. Just giving your body time to tell you how it's feeling, what movements might be nice for you to do now. And then we can do them in a moment. We're coming towards our relaxation. But if there's any other wiggles you do fancy doing, please feel free to. Okay. When you're ready, gently inhale, walking yourself all the way up to seated, lovely and tall. Hugging the knees so they are coming towards the top of the mat now. And just take the left hand to the mat next to you by your hips. Scoop the right arm up overhead, opening the chest to the ceiling. Exhale, we're lowering back down through child's pose and then walking over towards the other way. So right hand by the hips, left hand open up the ceiling. And back to child's pose. Walking around, scooping up. And then back to child's pose and over to the other side. Good, guys. And then maybe that feels nice. Maybe you want to keep moving like that. Maybe you even want to come into a full circle. Or swaying the opposite way. Maybe you don't want to come through child's pose. What movements are available to you here that feel good? Maybe you want to just pause, stretching for a few breaths. What's nice today? Good. Breathing in, breathing out. And when you're ready to, we're slowly going to lower down onto our bottoms, sending the feet the opposite way. Hugging the bottom towards the middle of the mat, and give your legs a nice big hug. Slowly rolling all the way down onto our backs today, coming to our wind relieving pose. And I'd like you to close the eyes now. Grab a hold of the knees and breathe. As you next inhale, send the knees towards the back of the mat, keeping hold of them so we're not lowering the feet down. And breathe in as we bring them towards the right. Exhale as the knees come towards the chest. Exhale towards the left and inhale to the back. Inhale to the right. Exhale as we come through them towards the chest and to the left. Inhale back and right. Exhale chest and left. So just breathing in, breathing out. And slowly drawing circles with our legs if that feels good. Maybe we send the breath the other way, so we inhale towards the back and the left. Exhale to chest and the right. This is quite a calming movement normally, but if it doesn't feel right for you, find what you can here in your wind relieving pose to feel nice. Maybe you just want to sway without using the breath to guide you today, and that's fine. Just going to take a few more breaths. Good. Okay, come back to center when you're ready. From here, I'd like you to send the hands all the way towards the ceiling and the feet nice and high, and begin drawing circles with the knees, with the ankles, with the wrists, the elbows. And when you're ready, take the arms nice and long overhead, the feet nice and long towards the bottom, and really feel your stretch. You're reaching the arms as far away from you as you can, the toes pointing as far away as you can, and then maybe we relax into it. Maybe there's some wiggles that need to happen here on your back. What feels good today? Okay. Then from here you can come to maybe banana pose if you fancy. So taking the left ankle towards the left side of the mat, crossing the right ankle over the top, grabbing onto the right wrist with the left hand and pulling towards the left. And then when you're ready to go the opposite way, right leg to the right side, left leg crosses over the top. Take hold of the left wrist with the right hand, pull to the side. Maybe there's another movement that feels good for you today, and that's fine. Maybe we want to come to happy baby from here and slowly sway side to side. Maybe you fancy coming to bridge pose or somewhere else. Or maybe you're ready to head towards a Shavasana of some form today. Whatever your body is wanting from you, whatever movements feel good, just listening in and trusting your body to guide you through it. Nice, guys. Okay, when you're ready, slowly lowering the feet down to the mat if they're away from it. Maybe coming into Supta Baddha Konasana or to our nice long Shavasana corpse pose. So feet extended towards the bottom of the mat. Hands either side of the hips, turn towards the ceiling. And I'd like you to notice how your breath is now. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, try and close the eyes and focus in on your breath. Feeling the balloon in your belly fill up and release. Noticing the sound of your breath, the feeling of your breath, the temperature. Noticing how the body is feeling now. You're going to take a few more rounds of deep breathing today. Just paying attention to where we're at, what's happening, what feels good. See if you can relax a little bit more in your Shavasana today. Just breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. And if you'd like to find a happy thought to take with you into the rest of the day, or into tomorrow, the week, the month, then now's the time to do so. It could be something from this practice. Maybe it's, I will find the movements, I will find the things that feel amazing for me. I will listen to my body. I'm powerful. I flow with the flow. I'm adaptable. Maybe it's something completely unrelated to the practice, and that's okay. Maybe it's someone or something you're grateful for the moment or at the moment. Maybe there's a goal that you're really wanting to achieve. Anything at all, anything that really just makes you feel positive, empowered, and able to take on absolutely anything. Grab onto that. And if you don't find something today, that's okay. We don't always have to find something. Maybe just do the movements in a moment instead. So when you're ready to, with the eyes still closed, slowly find some wiggles through the body, letting your body guide you point by point, part of the body by part of the body, until you're ready to really move along. And when that happens, slowly with the eyes still closed, make your way over to your right hand side and create a pillow for your head with your hands. Take a few breaths here, noticing how the body is feeling now, how the breath is now, and maybe coming back to your happy thought if you found one. And then from here, with the eyes still closed, slowly make your way up to your comfortable seated position today. Feel free to have a little bit of a wiggle if that's what your body is wanting from you. But we'll meet with hands to heart center in prayer. Rub those hands together, create our friction, and when they're super duper warm and about to set alight, let's part them and place them over our closed eyelids. Allow the heat from the hands to warm up the eyes and slowly blink them open. Part the fingertips to let more light in, and when they've adjusted, gently exhale hands down to heart center in prayer. Coming back to your happy thought if you found one. Let's inhale, bring our seed, so our hands all the way to that part between our eyebrows, our third eye. Plant our happy thought in there, into the seed today. When it's completely planted, exhale hands down to heart center in prayer. Peel it open like a book, and when we're happy with what we're sending off, seal it shut by placing the knuckles together, palms open to the sides of the room. Exhale, brush the fingertips past the chest and send the arms all the way away, nice long line. So giving thanks to whatever we're believing in today. It could be someone or something, it could be the universe, it could be a God, your choice. But when you're ready to exhale, we release space, we make more space in our body, in our world, to take whatever the world or what we believe in is ready to send. See what they've sent back by peeling open the book. And when you're happy, seal the envelope shut again, back to prayer hands. Take a moment to be grateful for everything in your world already. And as you exhale, keep the pinky fingers and the thumbs together and part the 3 middle fingers to come to our lotus flower today. Thank you very much for joining me on our Freedom Flow Friday. I hope you are feeling good and connected to yourself, your body, your mind, your soul, and all the other lovely stuff. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening, week, whatever you want it to be. Take care all. Eat well, drink well, and sleep well. Namaste.